Hello my lovely Gemini, and welcome to the Spiritual Nomad channel. I'm joining you today from a little town just south of Majaca in Spain. Very beautiful little town, just in the nature reserve area underneath Majaca. I'm going to be bringing you your weekly reading for the second week in June. Let's just one more shuffle. Going on for Gemini this week. Okay, so we start with your card, Gemini. So we're there, coming off the bat with the Lovers there. Then we've got the Page of Cups reversed and the Ten of Swords in reverse there. So this is where we're coming to this week from. This is the place that we're coming from. So I think, if I'm trying to remember from last week, I think Gemini you've been going through, so 2018, not the best year for Gemini, I wouldn't say necessarily, but you have to bear in mind that when we go through times like this, it's for a reason, and you're learning lessons, you're clearing stuff out of your life that's not necessary, you're maybe detaching from things, from people, from ways of thinking that perhaps aren't healthy for you or were holding you back, or it's time to approach and address some stuff that maybe you sort of left behind with that sort of twin energy of the Gemini. I think sometimes it's that whole brave face is quite easy for you, in the fact that you almost, because you have that twin energy that you can draw on, so you can hide something behind your twin energy. So I feel that there's perhaps quite a lot of Geminis out there that maybe have not dealt with historic issues, so things that may have happened, something that you may have buried from a really long time ago. I mean, I'm talking way back, maybe childhood, maybe a decade back. But yeah, where it's quite easy to put on the Gemini brave face and for everybody to think you're absolutely fine. So much so that when you look in the mirror, you see that face and you believe you're fine. And then when a few things come up and your apple cart is overturned, then suddenly you're left, and all of a sudden you're not just dealing with your current situation, you're then dealing with all this stuff that you haven't actually addressed at the time. And so that's where it feels like perhaps you've been through just such a traumatic time. The truth is, the things that have happened may actually have been quite small, or the life-changing incidents. It's more what they're digging up for you. It's stuff that you're addressing, and again, to the outside world, most of them are going to think, oh, Gemini's fine. They're doing all right. They're out. They're partying. They're having fun. They look happy as can be on the surface, but you're not. There's stuff come up. I mean, I'm seeing that the things that have been happening to bring the stuff up, and that's why the universe will have turned your cart upside down to make you address these issues. I think the cart's over. It's tipped now, so it's more to do with dealing with what that's brought up for you. Let's have a look. See what the lessons this week are. Okay. Whoopsie. Right. Okay. So I think it's quite possible that you've been being slightly carefree. Now, obviously, there's many Geminis out there that could be in marriages and serious, like, long relationships. I'm not suggesting that you're going to have cheated on your partner or anything like that, but at all. I'm not seeing third party or cheating situations, but I'm maybe seeing that perhaps you've been flirtatious you're very stressed. So behind the closed doors, Geminis, I'm not feeling, certainly for some of you out there, I'm feeling that there's something troubling you. The gravity of that, I'm not sure of. For some of you, I think possibly really quite deep grief. Some kind of loss is what I'm feeling for the Gemini here. But it may be that a current loss has regurgitated an older loss, so it's like you're dealing with more than one loss. Or you just, maybe you put yourself out there, maybe you finally like gone self-employed or something, and you've given up your safety net job, and it's not that that's not going in the right directions, it's just that you're struggling to sleep nights, you know, to your wife, family, friends. It's all like, it's fine, I know I'm fine, I don't care, but actually you're quite worried about whether it's going to work or not, and things like that. So there's something playing on the mind of the Gemini this week that may have actually been, it might have been playing on your mind for a while. Let's have a look. Okay. Right, okay, so yeah, you're going to be moving past this. It may even have been ill health, or that you've been concerned about your health. Perhaps there's been, perhaps you've had something that you've been putting off going to the doctor over, and it's time to do it. Stop sitting at home worrying about it, because it could be absolutely nothing. So please just go. If this is the Gemini that I'm talking to that about, please just go. Whether it's nothing or whether it is something, there's only one answer here, and that's that you've got to go and deal with it. Because actually the anxiety that you're suffering now is only going to make things worse. So you've really got to break free of that, and you're feeling like if you go, it's hopeless. So maybe if this is somebody that's perhaps dealing with grief, go and get the grief counselling. There's the very clear message is, whatever the scenario is for whatever Gemini I'm talking to here, there is something that you need to go and do, that you're putting off doing, and you're worrying about doing it. You need to go and do it. That is the very clear message I'm getting now. That could be so many different things, because obviously this is a general reading. Whether this is that you need to go to the GP, whether this is you need to go and get counselling, or grief counselling, marriage counselling, whether this is that you need to go and see the bank manager, it is something that you need to go and do, and it's suggesting that you are going to do it. You need to go and have that talk with that person, and you need to stop feeling that it's hopeless. It's not hopeless. It's never. Life is never hopeless. So always got to cling on to hope in some respect. So yeah, that's a very clear across the board message there, and you'll know how that fits for you, because it can fit in so many different ways, and I can't sit here and run off every single possibility of what that could transpire to be, but you will know. Right, let's take 3 more cards, see what lands on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Yeah, so very much, yeah, we've got the 8 of Wands reversed there. So it's been a lack of communication. You're perhaps talking a lot and not actually talking about the problem. I think there's a lot of talk. Gemini's talking a lot at the moment, but about everything but the issue. They're talking to a lot of people about everything but the issue. They are, yeah, maybe talking about doing things that they have no intention of doing. I'm getting sorry Gemini, I don't mean this to come across in a schooling manner. It's you're not, what you're talking about right now is not it's not helpful. It's, again, it's that Gemini mask. So the whole thing is you're wearing the masquerade. You're wearing a suit of armour, a clown suit, whatever, however you want to look at it. You have painted the smile on your face, and you are out there gassing, giving it all the, yeah, it's all wonderful, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, everything's brilliant. But there is something out there. You are not communicating. You have a secret. You're not communicating to somebody really important. It doesn't mean you have to tell all of these people. There's one person that you need to talk to about something deep within you need to express. So that's what Gemini needs to be doing this week, is really looking at opening up to just one person. Take yourself away from the banter and the group of potentially sort of fair weather, not faux friends, but perhaps fair weather friends. And I'm not even saying there's not nice people amongst them, but detach yourself from those people and talk to the person that's necessary. I'm going to take just one oracle card now from the Wild Offering Oracle deck. Now these messages are by Tosha Smith, and the illustrations are by Katie Daisy. And really lovely little messages. And I feel they sort of end the readings on a nice note, especially if there's things that have come up in the reading that, you know, perhaps weren't so easy to hear. Let's have a look and see what we've got today. Whoops. Yeah. Perfectionism. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, Divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. Right, I'm just going to show you the lovely illustration there. Place that around like that. Now this does sort of draw together, perhaps for some of you, what the message was saying of perhaps one of the big issues here is your need to feel like you are presenting as an image of perfection. So my life's fine, I'm fine. I don't want anybody to see that there is any struggle in my life at all. I want to present that every choice I make is the right choice, that I don't make mistakes, that everything is correct, and actually that in itself is what is causing and what has been causing the Gemini perhaps the anxiety that you've been suffering perhaps for as long as a year now. So the real big lesson here is to let go of that need to present to a whole group of people that don't really matter as perfect. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be perfect, and to open up and share your concerns with that person that matters. Okay? Alright, I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. I hope that resonated for somebody out there. There's a very strong message for somebody, and I hope it gets to the right person. If that didn't resonate for you, this wasn't the reading for you, so just let it go. It is a general reading. It can't resonate for absolutely everybody out there. I hope to see you again. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed what you watched. And this has been Spiritual Nomad Channel. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.